Alright, let's get started here. Welcome back to another episode of Ramen Budget Gaming. I'm Ryan Hanna. With me, as always, Brendan Russell, Coley Galloway, Ethan Haig. Ethan Haig's actually now joining us for reals. Connor Mahalovich is being a butthead, and he's not here, so I don't know.
What do you mean for
never
reals?
ever join us?
Mega White. Was I not part of it originally?
Super White. You were
a
special guest who turned into
full-time
Special guest who was originator of this podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. Shut up.
Yeah,
Welcome
can
back
we
to another
can we
episode of
address
Ramen
that
Budget
real
Gaming.
quickly? Like, who invented Ramen Budget
As always,
Gaming
Brendan
podcast?
Russell, Coley Galloway,
I'm not talking about the
Ethan
name,
Haig. I don't
because
know Haig's
we still don't know that.
Oh, what is going on?
No, I'm just saying like no. I'm just saying like us, you and I.
Oh yeah, that was us.
created.
How many things did you actually have?
Like 9 or 10?
Yeah, 9 or 10.
Dude, solid.
Yeah, get out of here.
Sweet.
But also stay because you're streaming.
I am streaming, so yeah. Alright, so for people who don't know, which is everybody who's not a part of this thing, we're changing up the structure a little bit, whatnot. It's going to be, because before we talked for an hour, and then I don't want to watch an hour of film and edit it. Blah. So, it's going to be like 50 minutes long. Each topic we're going to talk about. So what topic does everybody want to talk about? I'm just going to get started right now. What do you want to talk about?
Wow.
I know, right? I'm throwing you guys.
Jeez.
So this is Ryan didn't feel like preparing week.
This
It
is
takes a week off. You have
this
2
is-
weeks to prepare this podcast, and you don't bother to come up with any topics.
no. Are you kidding?
Lazy hosting, Ryan.
I'm so busy right now,
Bro.
winning awards that actually didn't do anything for. Let's pull that out. Yeah, we got
Sounds
it
rigorous.
for free. Didn't do anything.
Well, let's start off with the elephant in the room, the COD community.
Oh,
64 roster changes in 2 weeks.
was that from? Now, when you say 2 weeks, is that 2 weeks ago from now, or
No, over the course of 2 weeks.
No, that's just over the course of 2 weeks.
over the course of 2 weeks? There's been 64 COD changes. That's stupid ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Unreal.
But come on.
Yeah.
What the heck? Again,
Quick
okay.
interjection. I baked cookies, and I'm so glad I did. As a result, I'm still trying to pull up all my web pages here.
Oh yeah,
But
trying to
It
get
was
some-
totally
Nice.
worth it. I just want you all to know that.
So
who's the
okay.
unprepared one now, man?
Yeah.
I'm just a guest.
I'm just-
And I think I'm pretty prepared. I have cookies and milk, so...
Whatever.
All right, Santa Claus.
So anyways, so back to the 64 COD changes that is just ridiculously astounding. So
Yes.
that bears the question of, should there be contracts that are binding to that team? I mean, 64 changes in 2 weeks. That's crazy.
I'll field this one. I'll field it.
Do it.
So,
Field.
there is no way anyone is ever going to take that community seriously if something like the last 2 weeks happened.
Yeah, I agree with
If that becomes a regular thing, no one's going to take it seriously. Like it's like gym in high school. Like, who's on the dodgeball team this week? Like, who's captain this week?
It's just a schoolyard pick.
They're
That's
playing
what it is.
eights, essentially, right? They're just playing eights.
Yeah, they really are.
They're just
Just
playing
flipping
Ah,
teams every once in a while.
So ridiculous.
It's so dumb. It's just like the schoolyard pick. You're like, all right, who sucks this week? Not gonna pick him. All right, you're good. You're on my team now. Next week
Well,
I'm gonna drop you.
I don't remember what team it
Yeah.
was, but there was a team change that happened because of eights. And for those of you who don't know
What?
what eights are, it's just like competitive Call of Duty is 4 versus 4, right? So eights is just when a bunch of random Call of Duty players pro players get in a lobby together, and they just rotate teams because they don't have their full teams on the scrimmage, so they just play with other random pro players. And because some guys were doing really well in eights as a team, they sketched on their teams and joined a different one. It's like, what is
Oh
that?
my goodness.
Like,
That is
seriously,
the height of ridiculous.
That shouldn't happen.
That'd be like
that's so ridiculous.
if some
I
pro
don't
players, like some football players at the Pro Bowl, were like, "Yeah, you did really well.
get it.
Just leave your team and come join."
Yeah. It's like, oh, Drew Brees threw.
Because it's
to
the
me, like,
Pro
10
Bowl.
times.
No one even takes the
Like,
Pro
oh,
Bowl seriously.
No.
And if you ever watch them play
Yeah.
eights, like they mess around so much.
Actually, I'm gonna put in one thing. Pro Bowl this year was like 100 times better than it was last year.
Really, I didn't watch it.
Oh yeah, it was.
Who won?
It was a lot better.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Well, it was completely different. You
Oh,
know,
that's
they did
right.
like NFC, AFC. It was
Yeah.
2 guys and it was a fantasy draft, which was actually
That's
really
right.
cool. It was a good game. Anyways,
All
back to
Too
the
much
other
sports.
game. Too many
much actual sports.
like so
Sports ball.
sports ball. I love sports
Sports.
ball. So yeah, back to what Ethan was saying about how if this continues to happen, I mean, I'm not gonna take it seriously. Just like everybody said, it's gonna be 8s every time. I don't want to watch 8s. I can go play 8s with my friends, and I have more fun playing.
Yeah, I don't take Call of Duty
Exactly.
the competitive scene. I mean, I'm not taking it very seriously right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a number of things that make me not take it seriously, but that's near the top of the list. The other being like their attitude.
Yeah, the behavior
Yeah.
of the players.
Yeah.
Yep, those are definitely the 2 prominent things that I think hold back the Call of Duty scene that the Call of Duty players write off as they have an excuse for it, and they're like their excuses are for the roster changes. They're like, well, I mean, if you're not happy, then you just got to make a change. And it's like,
I feel like a problem too is
a little bit.
most of these COD players are our age. They're these 20-year-old plus people, and they don't.
I mean,
I-
the same is true of League of Legends and StarCraft too, for the most part.
yeah.
You'll get a little bit
I don't
older
know.
in
They
those
get to
scenes.
write it off like it's
Yeah.
oh, this is COD culture, like this is just who we are, and like
No.
that's a terrible reason to.
You're right. That's
Yeah.
it's like,
It really
stop
is.
doing it. Change the culture and make your scene respected.
So
And they always
I
talk
think that's
about
what I was talking about with culture,
Yeah.
like kind
Scumpy
of the,
talks about that.
Alright.
Scumpy talked about that when he went back to Optic after a week on Envious. He talked about he's like, well, you know, it makes sense for League of Legends players to stay on their teams for so long and everything, and to live in team houses because their competition is just on a whole nother level. So they need to. I'm like, well, then, why don't you just do that and take
Yeah.
yourselves to a whole nother
Yeah.
level?
that's a dumb argument, I think, right there, because they're not like what major big tournament have they won in the past 3 years?
Optic?
Optic.
Uh-huh.
UMG Chicago 2012. It was the first
Okay.
LAN of Black Ops 2.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was pretty hotly contested. They played Complexity in the finals, and the way they did it was weird. So Complexity got upset early in that tournament, and so they had to play through the losers bracket. And Optic won all the way into the grand finals, and so Complexity had to win 2 best-of-5 series to beat Optic. Optic only had to win 1 best-of-5. And so Complexity won 1 best-of-5 series, right? So it came into the second series, and Optic was down 2-0 and actually ended up winning the second series 3-2. So Optic
Oh,
only
wow.
won a total of 3 maps in the finals, where Complexity won a total of 5, but Optic was the grand champions. So.
Yeah. So, but I mean, it's on a whole different level. What he was saying, Scumpy was saying,
Right.
it's not super competitive. I
Mhm.
mean,
And that's the
it's just the
players'
drive
fault.
to do that. It's the players wanting to actually make themselves better. I just don't get it.
They spend too much time roasting each other. That's a
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. And then,
They're
yeah.
constantly on Twitter just bashing
Yeah.
the crap out of
It's
each
so
other. and
stupid,
just,
but then they're like, it's okay because we're all friends. It's like, I don't care if you're
Like,
friends.
yeah,
Knock
I
it
mean,
off.
just start scrimming and
They're
actually
not taking it
practice.
seriously at all. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you compare them to other sports, they're professionals. They should act professional. They should practice
Yeah.
professionally. They should. I just don't. I don't know. It's
Can you imagine how nuts it would be to watch them play if they put in as much time as professional athletes put in?
oh yeah. I
It'd be
think
crazy.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
I think
It'd
I mean,
actually be
Some
entertaining.
teams do. Let's give some credit to, like, they haven't recently, and they've been losing. Complexity. They were scrimming 10 hours a day for months.
I mean,
like, for
that's-
months. On their ridiculous win streak, Complexity was scrimming every single day for 10 hours a day. Like, they would win an MLG, and then they would go back to scrimming or, like, practicing for 10 hours a day. Like,
Yeah.
the very next
Which
day.
is
And
why
that
they
was
won.
why Complexity was
that's why they were
dominating. And like, so they've been a little bit lazy lately, and so they've kind of realized that, so they're starting to pick it up again a little bit. But like, they've lost a couple matches recently online, granted, but they started losing a little more consistently, and so
Well, and then they dropped out of the Winter Invitational tournament.
Right, because they were doing bad. But
Oh, yeah.
that I mean, the Winter Invitational is an absolute joke. Like
Yeah, that thing is.
just a horrible setup.
Yeah, I know. They really need, for the Winter Invitational, they really need just a single host. Like,
MLG
What
should
am I
I don't
host
understand
it.
why they
Find
don't
it.
do.
MLG should host it, right? Like
Yeah,
there's
that's
an
what I was
MLG
thinking.
server,
That
and
way-
you connect to that, and so that
Yeah,
way,
The
like,
team
yeah,
doesn't have host advantage.
right. There's not host advantage. There's still like, well, we ping better that we connect better to that server than you guys, but it's a little more fair. It's a little more objective, I
Yeah.
guess, and that way you can't get host raped or whatever, like where Strictly Business just has Saints host every game because he cannot be killed on his host.
yeah.
And he one-shots people with submachine guns cross-map, like that kind of thing wouldn't happen as much. So I don't know. It's craziness. It's a big ball cluster, and it's not casted. They don't have casters for it, so
Yeah,
you just
I
watch
don't
it
like
from
watching it.
random players' perspectives. So it's no more exciting to watch than a team scrim or the 8
And
team.
MLG,
Yeah.
and
eight.
MLG is like, weren't they kind of sectioning it off that the players can't stream it to Twitch? Like only one
Yeah,
player was
if
streaming it to
you
MLG?
are-
Yeah, they won't
Yeah.
allow them.
They've signed the contract. Yeah, they're contracted, so they can only be streaming on MLG for that time, and only certain players get to do it.
Yeah, only certain players get to do it.
It's one player per team, so can stream from the match. So you get to watch one person's perspective, locked in, no casting. It's stupid.
It's really stupid.
And then the format's ridiculous.
I
Like,
don't
if
get
you
it.
look at some of the amounts of games they've played, it's not consistent at all.
No.
Like, I'll give it, Denial has played way less games. Well, not even. They're not even the least played team, I don't think. But Denial's played less games, which makes sense because they replaced Complexity like a week and a half in once Complexity dropped. So, like, that makes sense.
Yeah,
But-
that makes sense.
But, like, some of these are absolutely ridiculous. How, like, Curse LV has played 13 matches and Optic has played, like, 17. Like, gee, why has Optic played 4 more matches?
And again, for people who actually care about the Winter Invitational, I'm going to give you the Curse LVs in the lead with 10-1 record. Below them is Envious, Strictly Business, and Optic Gaming. Those are the top 4.
Where are you getting that from?
I'm actually getting that from MLG Call of Duty Ghost, esportsnation.com.
As of what day was that?
Yeah, because Optic was in second.
Optic was in
last-
second last time I saw.
It said posted on 31st of January 2004 at
Okay.
23.59.
Maybe
But they also
played some
played.
more.
They played some more.
Okay,
They
Okay.
actually played today. So,
that's fair then.
but I mean, yeah, like you were saying, Coley, the matches they're not even at all. I don't get it. It's dumb. This whole setup is dumb.
I feel like they didn't
I
put
hate
too
it.
much thought into this. They're just like, well, let's make a Call of Duty
No,
league.
Yeah,
Teams play
the
each other.
idea. I like the idea of there being a league. I think there were a lot more planning needed to go into it because Puckett
Oh, yeah.
kind of said like, "Hey, we're thinking about doing a league," and then like 2 days later, like, "Okay, we're doing a league," and it's like, "Hey, why didn't you like plan a little bit?"
Yeah.
So do you think
and
this
I
is?
think there are a number of things that should happen. If
Yeah.
they really want this league to be taken seriously, I think they need to do some like serious restructuring of it. I think the players. Well, first of all, I think the league just needs to be a bigger deal. I think they need casters. They need to promote it. They need to hype it up and make it seem like something worthwhile.
So
They need
you
to
believe
give
that this is
prize
the start
money.
of a league? You believe
Yeah,
that this is
yeah.
the start of a league, like Pro League in Korea with StarCraft? This is going to be the Americans' Call of Duty. Pro
I
League.
would love to see that.
I
don't-
hope it gets to
Yeah,
that point.
hopefully, like in next season, it's better. But like, I think they need. I know this. I mean, I don't know what kind of budget they have for it, but if they have to do donation, like there are a lot of
Yeah.
tournaments out there where fans donate to the prize pool.
Oh,
And that's-
I'm sure you can get 100,000
That's
fans
cool.
out there that will donate, and they're like, oh yeah, because I'm sure we would donate like what $5 to see a professional COD.
I'd donate a little bit,
like,
yeah, to
league,
help
yeah.
the prize
Yeah.
pool. I would donate, like, I mean, yeah, even if it's just like $5, I'd
Yeah.
don- well, maybe not now because I just checked my bank account and I have $30 left.
Yeah, no, not now. I gotta
Oh,
leave
God.
this
You
out.
should fix that.
Yeah, well, I paid tuition, electricity, and
Yeah.
then textbooks, and it just went
And
from
then-
like 2,600 to
And then that bling bling for your
Oh,
woman.
that bling bling.
There you
Shush
go.
your face! You can't stop. This cannot go up for a long
I'll edit that out. I'll edit that
What are you doing,
out. I'll edit
guy?
that out. Sorry.
Yeah, so I think the prize pool there needs to be incentive for the players to care, because none of them care right now, because the prize pool is a joke. Like, first place gets
really
$500 or something like that.
Okay,
Like,
that's
for
dumb.
For the team, not
For the
individually.
team?
Yeah,
For
so
the
500
team?
Yeah, split that up between 4
$500?
players.
That is nothing.
Woohoo!
Woo!
$500.
$500.
Yeah.
And
Divided by 4.
And then Nate Shot's over there like, I get 10K.
Nate makes that in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. Nate makes over 10,000 a month off of YouTube.
Off of
alone.
YouTube alone, yeah.
Yeah, alone.
Twitch.
He doesn't give
And
crap.
how many subscribers does Nate Shot have on
He
Twitch?
got, when I watched for, I think I watched him an hour, he got probably 250, because I listened to that damn Timber intro so many times.
No, because I watched the first night he put that up. So Nate Shot has this program that runs. So anytime someone subscribes to his Twitch, it plays the intro of Timber. He can switch it up. So the first night I was watching, he was switching it up a little bit, which was good because my gosh, it would have driven me nuts. It started off as Timber, and then he switched it to some rap song, and then it switched, and the best one was it just was him going bang bang. It was just an audio of him saying bang bang,
That's awesome.
which was pretty good because it was short, so it wasn't annoying. But
Yeah.
he got easily over 100 in like the hour and a half I watched that night. It's like the guy's got crazy amounts of subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
He's making $5 a month from each of those. Like
He's making $250 a month from each of those.
what?
He only gets half the money.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
I
Still.
thought you meant 250. I was like,
Sponsors or whatever.
No, he gets $2.50 per subscriber.
okay. I mean, yeah, and I'm not saying like that's salary money or anything like that, but
No.
if he's got half as many subscribers as I think he does, he's making a
That's
nice
a reasonable
spending
amount.
money.
That's a
Yeah.
reasonable amount.
He's making nice spending money. I mean,
Jeez.
he's gotten up to 38,000 viewers at one time now.
I thought the top was 44.
That's pretty good.
Oh, what? Did he get over 40K?
I think so. I think I heard that he got over 40K.
Holy crap.
Hold the
man.
bucket.
See, and this is the problem, is that someone like that is obviously going to be far more focused on that aspect of his life than any sort of competitive aspect of his life.
That is true. That's a good topic to bring up. I mean, if you have these players that are streaming, like Optic Nate Shot, I mean, is he one of the biggest, probably pro gamers?
Oh,
right
he's
now?
by far the most
He's-
famous.
He has the biggest streaming audience. So, I mean, you're doing these little tournaments like the Winter Invitational that might blossom, not saying that it will, might blossom into a league. I mean, he's not going to want to do that. He's like, $500, screw that. I get 10K a month from YouTube alone. Who gives a crap about all this? I'm not going to.
Well, and the
wanna
thing,
do
he
that.
can't stream while he does that.
He has to stream through MLG. I mean, I think they get something from that. I don't really know.
I don't know.
They have to, because there's no. I feel like they have to, because when Optic was doing the Optic grind, when they were doing the race for Max Prestige when Ghost first launched,
Yeah.
like there's no way they all would have given up like 2 weeks of streaming revenue just to do it on MLGs, unless they were getting some kind of reimbursement for that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I mean, yeah, obviously, like I agree with Ethan that if you're making that much money on YouTube and stuff, like you're probably going to be less incentivized to like be a professional and try to compete and stuff. Unfortunately, like that's the nature of the scene right now. There's not enough money in it to where they can survive doing anything else. Like, because there's not a league like the LCS for League of Legends, where they are salaried players who make a living just off
the
playing Call of
LCS
Duty.
is rather big. It is.
Yeah, LCS is a huge deal.
Yeah,
Huge
massive.
deal.
And that's the other thing, is because of Ghosts, they're losing followers.
Ghost is bad.
Yeah,
Ghost is
it
bad.
is.
It's
The-
not as fun to watch.
The players know it, and the spectators know it.
Yeah, and honestly, I feel like a big reason people are like struggling to remain on teams and stuff is I feel like Ghost's just kind of at the heart of it. Like no one's taking it as seriously, it's just I don't know. I feel like everybody, when the new Treyarch game comes out, everyone's just going to go back to the teams they were on for Black Ops 2, and it'll be fine again.
And then we're gonna have another scandal where 64 team changes happen in 2 weeks.
Is Treyarch making the next one? I thought
they
they
not?
weren't.
They should be. They better be.
I thought it got pushed off onto someone else.
No way.
There's 3 companies now?
Or is Treyarch out of the mix?
Or maybe that was just a rumor, But I thought I had read somewhere that Treyarch
You
may not
use
be.
the power of the internets right
yeah,
now.
find that out, please.
All right. Well, while he's doing that, we're gonna go to a little break. Gonna break this up. So
You want to run an ad?
we're gonna be. Yeah, I wish. Maybe farther down the road we can run some ads. So we're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna stop streaming. Stay with us. We'll be back. And then Ethan's gonna lay down some knowledge on us. See you later.
Oh yeah.